the leadership class, which we had mentioned to you all. Part of the curriculum of the school is to build leadership, is to make us to be all-rounded, meaning complete, both in ministry assignment, in leadership activities, or even in the things you do in your own life. Leadership is everything. Leadership is key. So what we're going to do today, I had recorded a message from last year. We're going to use that. And the message is very rich. I don't even think I will even say as much as what I said last year. So what we will do is I will be here with you. We'll be playing the message together. And as well, we will take in between, we will stop, we'll discuss, and then we'll play on the message. Like I said, I'm the one who gave that message, and I'm still here too. So we'll use that. The other thing I wanted to mention to you, do you all have the material for the class today? Do you all have the material? Wave your hand if you do have the material. All right. I sent another one earlier today, which is a PDF format. What it does is that you're able to put in if you touch it on your phone or your computer, it will allow you to type the answers into the message. So what you're going to see in a few minutes is you're going to see the message and you're going to see the material. And then, of course, you're going to see the answers. So just fill in the answer as while you are listening to the presentation. Once we are done, I will go over a few other things, questions you may have, personal interactions, and as well, we'll go over a few things about our LifeSpring account for those who may be struggling to use it. Again, welcome and thank you for being part of the class today. All right, so we're going to go straight into the sharing, into the video, and let's see, optimize video clip. Okay. All right, I'm going to send it to you and just hear it. If it's good and sound good enough, please do let me know and give me your feedback as soon as possible so that we can be sure you are having a good voice. All right, are you seeing the screen? All right, so the topic is put your dream to the test. Dream to the test. It's a leadership topic. Why are we talking about this? There are many followers, but few leaders. All nations of the world, whatever you see in a country that is thriving or a country that is struggling, it is leadership. Leadership is so vital. We need leadership in the church. Were you all hearing the sound?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Okay. So please keep yourself muted. At the right interval, we'll pause, we'll discuss, we'll carry on, and then we'll go from there, okay? Church, we need leadership in the business, in the corporate world. We need leadership even at home. The failure of government in Africa, which many of us are from, when you shake your head, you look at how things are backward, it's not because of the color of our skin. God didn't make us inferior to any other color. No, believe me, there is nothing like that. In the plan of God, He created us equally. He gave us intelligence. He gave us wisdom. He gave us all the things that we need. In fact, He even blessed us in Africa. He gave us a lot of resources. But we are missing a valuable part. We lack leaders. We have people who call themselves leaders, but they don't have characters. Many people are becoming leaders, even younger people, as they are graduating from school, they're taking up position of leaders. Nobody is teaching them, nobody is showing them how to become leaders. So invariably, they are not going to do well because everything rises and falls with leadership. The church needs leaders. Home need leaders. Your business need leaders. When there are shortage of leadership, there will be failure. things would not go well. So in the wisdom of the leadership of Jubilee Institute, we intentionally want to put some leadership topics in our curriculum. Some of them will be very personal to you. Some others will come to teach you how to lead organizations, how to lead groups, and so on and so forth. So today, this first set of topics we're going to cover this Monday and next Monday is actually going to focus more internally, your life, your dream as a leader. Don't forget, you see, it takes a person with a dream who knows where it's going, what he's doing, for people to follow him or her successfully. If you don't know what you are doing, you don't know where you are going, your dream is fuzzy, you are not clear about it yourself, how can you lead anyone into some place you yourself don't even know where you are going? So leadership must begin with the person. It must begin with you having dreams or vision, correct dreams, correct vision, being able to share that vision, being able to bring that vision to reality. And then you can lead other people, other people can follow you because it is clear, the dream is clear to you. So in this material, we're going to learn 10 questions. 10 questions. This material is very unique. It asks you 10 questions to help you see your dream and seize it. This is one material written by John Maxwell. And if I must say to you, people pay to attend this class. So please don't take it. I teach this class to professionals. I teach this class to executives. We teach it to university graduate, postgraduate. They pay for this class. So this is not one of the things you can say, well, it's no big deal. It's really a big deal. But we're offering it for everyone in this school, something like, hey, bonus, enjoy it. All right. So these are materials you cannot share with your friends. Can't put it on the Facebook. You can't put it on WhatsApp and start share. Please don't even try it, because if you do, if the owner of a property copyright come after you, they will sue you, and you won't like it. So please don't do it. It is just for this school, for yourself to grow. You can use it to teach others, but you cannot send it to people and start sharing it. All right, so the first part, introduction, it says, put your dreams to the test. 10 questions that will help you see it and seize it. So the way this program is presented, you're going to see the answer. You will see all the blank spaces. You see that, those lines. You'll be seeing the answer. So you're going to have to write fast. You're going to have either write or type. I don't know what exactly you're going to do, but the material been sent to you. It's a Word document. So as you open it for yourself, either on your phone or your computer, you have to figure a way to write into it or tap into it. But what I will do is, because of those of you who are not used to this, or those of you who are using phone, I may take time to send you the one with the answers later on. But right now, let's do our best to put in as much information you can on your own. All right? God bless you. So here we're talking about leadership is about dreams. A leader without dreams will lead people to nowhere. If there's no dream that is clear, then people that are following you will end up in a ditch. Your dream will determine the scope of your accomplishments in life. What you're going to accomplish in life is going to be decided by your dream. There are there are 4 categories about dreams. It is not in your notes. You can put that as extra point for yourself. There are people who have no dreams. There must be very few people. A person who have no dream is a living dead. Everybody should have a dream. Most people have a dream, but you'll be surprised that people, whatever comes, whatever goes, that's it. There's no specific dream. Number 2, you have people who have small dreams. They have dreams, but their dream is very small. Number 3, you have people who have dead dreams. Dreams they used to believe in, but those dreams are dead or dying. And so their dreams are not fulfilled. Number 4, you have people with big dreams. fulfilling dreams. So I pray that all of us will be in the last category. People have active, living, powerful dreams. All right. So here is the definition. John Master says, a dream that can be put to the test and pass is a dream, is an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, your will, your emotions, that empowers you to do something and to achieve it. A dream is a mental picture that is so clear in your spirit. It could be dream about ministry. It could be dream about career. It could be dream about your future. It could be dream about something that you just wanted to do to impact the world. It is vivid. It is clear in your mind. And not only that, it energizes you. It is a driving force. It is helping you to move forward until you accomplish it. Okay? So a genuine dream, therefore, is a picture of two things. It's a picture and blueprint of a person's purpose. So fill the answer right there. You see that there? A person's purpose and potential. So your dream is about purpose, your purpose, and your potentials. 4 common reasons why people have trouble identifying their dream. As we think about that, let me pause here. I want to give you opportunity to chat with me. What kind of dreams do you have? Does anybody want to share with us? What dreams do you have? One of my own dreams I can share with you, I've dreamed so many times, even when I came to the United States, that I want to impart not only the people here, I want to impart the people in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole. My dream is I wanted to contribute to knowledge. I wanted to add to leadership skills. I want to, if God give me the grace in the future, I want to contribute to building an orphanage, even hospitals, where people's life can be turned around. That is a dream. I want to impart the kingdom of God with resources that will help pastors, leaders, ministers to do better in what they do in ministry. These dreams, I've written them down and I've been working towards them. And I pray and I believe God that in my lifetime, I will see them come to pass. So I've taken the examples. I want to hear you. Share your dreams. If your dream is worth sharing, let's hear some few people, 2, 3 people. What is your dream? Some people have dreams, but
good evening, Doctor.
Okay, we are going to pause the video there so that you can share your dream with the class. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to stop sharing for a few minutes and give you opportunity. You have understood based on that definition. A dream defines your life. The essence of your existence is your dream. A life that has no dream is like a waste. There's nobody that is here that God has not given some idea to. God wants you to become something, somebody. But it starts with dreams. Dream for greatness, dream for the future, dream for your community, dream for where you are. Something that you know, God, if God will give me the grace, this is what I want to do with my life. Our life here, as a matter of fact, is short. And the longer we stay here and we have no purpose, no dream, it's like we're wasting time. So you just heard me share my own dream. So let's take 2 or 3 people who want to share their dreams. What do you want to? What is your vision? What is your plan? Dreams are supposed to be bigger than you. Dreams are supposed to be something, hey, if God will make this happen, it will not only affect your life, but it will impact your community. It will touch other people's life. And the essence of sharing it to us is that, look, we're going to be discovering and discussing today how you can translate that dream to become a reality. What makes your dream not to die? What can you do? if your dream has been stagnated, your dream is small, what can you do to energize it? So please, if you can, let's take those who wanted to share their dream. It looks like
everybody. Good
Francois
afternoon.
is ready. Go ahead. Go ahead.
One of my dreams is to become a marriage and family therapist. I really want to impact family life, parenting, marriages. I really want to impact families. So in the church as well as secular, I really want to impact families.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So that's beautiful dream. And our prayer is that you will fulfill it. The beginning of fulfillment is to know what you want. And of course, to be able to talk about it. There are people who have dreams, but they don't want to talk about it. Either they're afraid, the dream is intimidating to them. The start of a fulfillment is to even talk about your dream openly in a forum like this. Yes, Sister Marilyn, go ahead. What's your dream? What's your dream?
Well, my dream has always been to help the young women in their 20s and up. There's a limit that I have. Let's say from 18 or let's say 16, I'll go back to 16 years old to maybe 30. It's my dream to help young women that are struggling with life, that have totally been broken down, and it normally happens from the teenage years. So it's my dream, my vision is to be able to impact their world, to let them know that no matter what they've been through, they can make it in life. Because I find in that younger years, that's where a lot of these young girls get on drugs or they commit suicide. Some of them get pregnant and feel that life is over for them. That's where God is calling me, to the younger generation, the teenage young girls, that I can grasp and I can share my life, because I believe I
That is
believe that
powerful.
yeah, I believe that you cannot share with someone what you have not been through. I cannot relate. Most of us cannot relate. If you've not passed through something, it's very difficult to relate to that age group, because what happens is you become judgmental. So this is where God is giving me this vision, because of my younger years of being separated at the age of 7 from my parents, being sent to boarding school where I suffered in England, was the only black girl there. The things I passed through, coming back, seeing my mom divorced, and my life torn apart as a teenager. God has brought this healing for me to reach out to these younger girls that needs that help, to catch them before they commit suicide. Amen.
Powerful. I love that. That is beautiful. See, you could see how dream is unfolding. Dream comes either from your, like you said, from your personal experience, something you went through. I say, you know what? I don't want other people to get through to that. Some dream come out of tragedy. Sometimes some individuals suffer something in their family, and they say, you know what? I'm going to create a foundation to tackle that problem for a future generation. Dreams can come from revelation. God open your heart, open your eyes to see a need in the community, and you wanted to tie your life to that. You know, that is really what makes our life meaningful. Our dream defines us. Whatever you want to be, it is your dream. What is your dream? Pastor Emmanuel, you want to share with us? Yes, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I remember sometimes ago, I can't really remember the year now. I took Papa for a ministration in Ibadan. And one early morning like that, I just had the word in my spirit to dream big and see far and not limit myself. And one of the challenges that I have was that I have challenge with my education due to the family background. I came from a polygamous family, many children that everyone has to fend for him or herself. So I happen to fall into that category. So since that time, one of my dreams is to see that by God's grace, all my children goes to school and they become very, very great. And not only that, I decided that as God will help us, that I want to invest in a kind of school that we help people to have better education and all that.
Amazing.
So when we came to Togo, we give God all the glory that, at least to the glory of God, we were able to venture into that. And I can say today that Jubilee International Group of School in Togo is one of the best schools in Togo.
Amazing.
So
Come on, that is worthy of a hand clap. Praise God. Praise God. That is powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Pastor Manuel. There's going to be many more. I see on this platform people who have dreams, big dreams. And I just believe that we are going somewhere. Let's take one more. Anybody else who is bold enough to say, you know what, I'm going to talk about my dream and let the devil get mad. I'm just going to talk. It doesn't matter you have not seen it yet. Yeah, don't be intimidated by that. The fact that you have one and you are confident to talk about it is worth celebrating. Anybody else? One more. We're just going to take one more because of our time. Nobody else want to share their dream? Okay. Okay, Mama, okay, go ahead, Mommy.
When I was young, my daddy is a pastor. We used to go out for evangelism, including my mom. Even though when he's pregnant, I said, "How this mama?" Every time I say you need to preach the gospel. So when I'm going up, I have it in my mind to do the same thing. But anytime I enter bus, I do it in Nigeria. But here, if you do it, they say they will to choose you, they will use gun, they will use this. If I take the flight from church, I used to put it in their box to say, don't do that. You just put it here. It's very difficult for me to do here. And I have it in mind to do that evangelism. I really, really love it. But here, with my slang, they say you have assets, don't allow me to do it. But I used to pray for everybody that can do it, because I can't do it.
Okay.
I love it.
Mommy, thank you. That's an example of dream that are a little bit challenging, right? Based on the environment. Thank you, Mommy, for sharing that. That's, but she shared it. There are two things I want to say from Mommy's sharing. Number one, you are never too old to dream. You are never too old. See, the president of the country, how old is President Biden right now? 71 now. 76 or so, right? So you're never too old to dream. Dream must not be defined by age. If God put an idea in your spirit, until you breathe your last, don't give it up. Don't give it up. Number two, dreams might be hindered by prevailing circumstances. Sometimes lack of money, sometimes law of the land, sometimes lack of human resources. It could be anything. But what we must do is keep that dream alive. Keep it alive. Because in God's own appointed time, if He gives us that dream, in His appointed time, He will open the door and we'll see fulfillment of that dream. All right, let's pause here so that we can catch up with our class, please. So I'm going to continue with our sharing. All right, let's go back to the video as we continue where we stopped. Do not encourage you to dream. We call them dream killers. There are dream killers in life and there are dream helpers. There are people around you, just like you remember Joseph. Joseph was someone who had a beautiful dream, great dreams, but his brothers were dream killers. His brothers, thank God he didn't listen to them. Thank God he didn't listen to his own dad. His dream would have had no chance. We believe it. Can we find dream helpers? Anyone? Is there anyone in the Bible you could say, yeah, that was a dream helper? Anyone? Yes, please. Pastor Shubwale, any dream helper you can point to in the Bible?
Yes, Ananias to Apostle Paul when he was Saul.
That's great. That's a good example, helping him to fulfill a dream. What about Mordecai and Esther? That's a good one, isn't it? Because we need people around our lives. If our dream is going to succeed, you have to have people who believe in your dream. People who can see your dream and say, hey, go forward. Some people have been discouraged from dreaming by others. Number two, some people are hindered by past disappointments and past hurts. Please be feeling the answer as I'm bringing it up. They are disappointed and hindered. They have failed before and they have been hurt before. So they say, no, I'm not dreaming anymore. Disappointment is the gap between expectation and reality. Note that. Disappointment, you have this expectation, and then this is your reality. The difference is called disappointment. So if you have been disappointed before, please dream again. See, it is not over until you breathe your last. God has a plan for your life, and you cannot just give up on it. Number three, some people get in the habit of settling for average. They are what I call average Joe. They are Mr. Dick and Harry. See, they don't want to rise above anybody. They are just in the crowd. And they are in the crowd. Someone says, look at the next line. Say, the minute you settle for less than you deserve, you even get less than you settle for. Look at that. So don't settle that. The poorest of all men is not the one without a nickel to his name. Is a fellow without a dream. Without a dream. So dream define a person. That's why people who have no dream is like they are living there. Number four, some people lack the confidence needed to pursue their dream. So the answer there is confidence. If you don't have the confidence to even pursue that dream, you can as well forget it. It's not gonna happen. It takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else. So today, are you ready to put your dream to the test? So there are 10 lessons here. We're going to cover 5 today, and then we're going to do another 5 next week, Monday. Number 1, we're going to look at the ownership of your dream. Is that really your own dream, or is it a borrowed dream? Number 2, we're going to look at the clarity. Do you see clearly? Number 3, we're going to see the reality. What do you need to bring this dream to pass? What are the factors within your control? Number 4, the passion question. Is this dream compelling? Does it push you? Number 5, the pathway. The pathway, is there a strategy to achieve your dream? Number 6, the people question. You need people to help you realize your dream. Do you have them? Number 7, the cost question. What are you willing to pay to accomplish your dream? Number 8, the tenacity question. Are you moving closer to your dream, or you have given up on your dream? Number 9, the fulfillment question. Does working towards your dream bring satisfaction? Number 10, the significance. What is this dream going to do for people? Will it benefit other people, or just only for you to make good money? What is the purpose of your dream? So these are the things we're going to consider in the course of this class. But our prayer is that by the time we're finished, your dream will be very clear and you will know how to go after it. Some of us who have dreams that are grounded right now, God will breathe life into your dream. In Jesus' name. After these lessons, you will know, you'll be energized. You'll be empowered. Maybe your own dream is in ministry. Maybe your own dream is academics. Your own dream is in part of community. Maybe your own dream is to do something business. It will be very clear and you will know what it takes to get it done. So let's go to the first one. The ownership question. Is my dream really my dream? What a question. In other words, some people have some dreams, but it's not their dream. It's a copycat dream. They copy somebody. They are trying to do somebody's dream. Some people were pushed to it. Their dad asked them to go and study this. they don't really believe in it. It is really not their own dream. Some people enter to some dreams out of competition. Oh, I don't want to be left behind. Look at all my mates. All my mates are doing well. We started to gather the ministry. Look at what they have built. Look at what they have accomplished. And so you begin to jump here and there. But the question is, that dream is really not your dream. That's why many times people fail. Say, whatever you think, be sure it is what you think. Whatever you want, be sure it is what you want. Whatever you feel, be sure that is what you feel. That was T.S. Eliot. So we're going to compare when someone else owns your dream and when you own your own dream. So here, looking at the first part there, says, if it is someone else's dream, it will not have the right fit. It won't fit right. I was thinking of David, who was trying to put on the jacket of Saul. You remember that story? It wasn't going to fit. And you know, what would have happened that day? Anyone tell me, what would have happened that day if David had gone to that battle with the sword of Saul and with the weaponry, the armory of Saul? What would have happened that day? Anyone? What do you... So,
if you fall woefully, he will just fall down because he cannot carry that thing.
He won't be able to walk.
That's right. He will have failed.
He will fail.
Not able to fight.
He will be defeated.
Let's talk one by one. Let's talk one by one. There are so many answers in that question. So if David had gone there, first of all, the time to even figure out where this one goes, it would have been wasting time. Doesn't think so?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What other thing could have happened that day if he was wearing Saul's jacket?
They will defeat him.
He would have been defeated. That is correct. So I think the answer is very simple. So the point we're applying here is, if that dream is not your own, you don't, you're just trying to execute somebody else's dream. The danger is it won't fit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You'll be struggling with it. It will look like your own, but the truth is it's not your own. And then at the end of the day, you're just going to be miserable. You're going to try to do the right thing, try to please.
Forward.
I don't want.
Please forgive me, my system just slowed down. My internet broke. All right, you are hearing me again, right?
Yes, we're hearing you, sir.
Okay, now let's carry on. Let's continue now. Okay. He protected himself. So the truth is, that is what many people are doing with their lives. They are borrowing from somebody's dream. They went to some place, they see what they are, they say, wow, this is good. I'm going to start doing that too. When I first came to United States, I was excited about computer. I wanted to know computer. So what I did was, Pastor Mike in Atlanta started a school, teaching people computer. So I just enrolled, pay about $5,000. I wanted to. And as I started doing that, I really learned it. I knew a lot about computer. What I need to do was from what I learned. But it was very clear in my mind. No, God didn't send me to come and do computer. Even though I did this, I learned it, I know how to do it, but I knew it would have been a wrong field for me. See, at that time, it was what was raining in 2000, 1999. That was what's raining. Hey, everybody's a computer person. If that is what is driving you and you have not heard from God, you'll be making a mistake. If you jump into ministry because it looks right, well, someone say, well, there's nothing else to do. I can't find a job, so I'm going to jump to ministry. You will be pursuing wrong stuff, and it won't prosper you. You'll be struggling. Look at that. Say it. I hope you are copying the answer. It will be a weight on your shoulder. It will drain your energy. It will put you to sleep. It will take out your strength, and you'll be fulfilling to others, but not to you. You understand that? Anything you are copying people, anything you are pushed to that is not really from your heart, and God didn't ask you to do it, I would say, put a question mark on that. Go ask God again. If God said, no, I didn't stand on that errand, that's not the dream I put into your heart, brother, sister, I would say, ask God for a new one and check it out. When you own the dream, it feels right. It will give you fire. It will fire you up. It will keep you up at night. It's in your heart. It's driving you. It will take you out of your comfort zone. You know, you are doing things other people say, no, come on, that's not going to work. But because you know that's your dream, you are able to build something that people say it is impossible. And then, of course, at the end of the day, it will be fulfilling to you. That is what dream is. Dream is not measured by size. May I say this again? Dream is not measured by size. It is not measured by scope. Otherwise, you will have said John the Baptist was a failure, because how long did he have? He was only 30, maybe 30 something years, 33, 30 something years, 33, 34, 35. His head was cut off. He didn't start a ministry. He didn't, all his disciples followed Jesus. Everything went astray, went scattered when he died. But Jesus said, among the people that were born of men, among the prophets, he said, John the Baptist was the greatest. So it is not decided by age. It is not decided by scope. It is not decided by size. The reason John the Baptist was born was to introduce Jesus. And he did not do it, he fulfilled it. Look at that. When we get to heaven, many people say, wow, John Baptist, he was a great success. Yet he didn't build a church, he didn't build a movement, he didn't build a ministry, he didn't start any of those things. People of God, what I'm saying is, the ownership of your dream, it needs to be yours. So let's look at how to take ownership of our dreams. Number one, it says, be willing to put yourself on, willing to put yourself into it. In other words, a healthy self-worth. It's a wealthy network. If you believe in it, put yourself inside of it, own it. Number two, say lead your life instead of accepting it. Lead your life. Choose to live your life. Don't just accept the status quo. Don't just accept what is going to be, is going to be. No, if God puts something in your heart, even if nobody in your family has ever done it, God can use you to break that barrier, to break that record. See, I put a note on my own note here. God's measure of your success is not how great you are or how much you build, but how did you perform on the purpose of your creation. God is going to measure you with yourself. See, look at this. This person said, when you meet your maker, you are not going to be asked why you didn't become a Messiah or why you didn't find a cure for cancer. All you are going to be asked is, why didn't you become you? Why didn't you become all that you are? Your God-given potential. So that is what makes you to be a success. Leading your life requires making right decisions and managing those decisions daily. Those are the answers. So find the right dream for yourself and manage it daily. Number 3, how do I own my dream? Love what you do and do what you love. Love what you do and do what you love. That is the best way to be happy. Talent without passion, that's the next point. You're sitting there. Talent without passion is equal to potential without possibility. In other words, you have the talent, but you didn't put passion into it. You're likely not going to succeed. Without talent, you have passion, but you don't have God-given talent to back it up. You just have, it's like a car without the engine to fire it. So all of these things are important. So therefore, talent with passion is equal to potential with passion. I hope you got that in your notes. So those are the answers. So how do I own my dream? Number 4, don't compare yourself or your dream to others. Don't. Joyce Meyer said, please, the class to mute themselves. Bolaji Kusima, mute yourself so that we'll can. Please. And it also should that Bolaji Kusima, can you mute yourself, please? Right. So please, let's mute ourselves. Don't let the teacher to force to mute you. Otherwise, you are disturbing the rest of the class. Please, thank you. Help you be all you can be, but it will never help you be someone else. Look at that. Be yourself. Don't compare. Don't use another man's wristwatch to run. Fingers are not equal. God created us for different things. He put us here for different purposes. And so if you are running another man's race, at the end of the day, God is going to ask you why you didn't run your race. There's what we call 80-40-60 rule, 18-40-60 rule. Here it is, simply said, when you are 18, you worry about everyone, thinking about you. We are self-conscious. When you are 40, you don't give a damn what anybody thinks of you because you are too busy. Don't forget, when you are 18, you are self-conscious. When you are 40, you are too busy. When you are 60, you realize that nobody has been thinking about you at all. In other words, you look back and you look around you and you just realize that what? Nobody really cares what you are, what you think about you. It's your own business. So therefore, note, when you compare yourself with those who are superior, you will feel inferior. When you compare yourself with those who are inferior, you will feel superior. When you stop comparing yourself with others, you will feel empowered. That's the answer. So what do? Don't compare with anybody. I put a note here for myself. You may build an empire and still be a failure. Say that again. You may build an empire and you'll still be a failure in the sight of God because God didn't give you an empire to build. You did that on your own. In other words, you build a gigantic structure. God said, I didn't ask that from you. So you are still a failure because you didn't do the simple things right. God sent you. I tell pastors, those of us who are struggling, say, oh my God, I want to have a congregation of 1,000 people. I want to have a congregation of 5,000 people. Great. That's a good dream. But see, if God did not give you 1,000 people, he's not going to ask you to give account for 1,000 people. He's going to give you account of the 100 people he gave you. The challenge is also based, vice versa. If you are lazy, you are not dreaming well, and you only manage 100, God said, I gave you a potential for 1,000 people. What did you do with it? You are still a failure. So I want you to note that God does not measure our success based on what we think, but on what the purpose he created us. Number 5, how do you own your own dream? Believe in your own vision for the future. When others don't understand you, there are people who are going to write you off. There are people who are going to say nonsense. What does it think he is? Some people are going to think you are crazy. But what do? Do what you believe God called you to do. That is how to own your own vision. So the first point here tonight is the ownership of your dream. Is that dream your own? Is it original to you? Is it what God put in your heart? Or are you copying somebody? Anybody want to discuss something here? You wanted to ask a question, you want to add a thought as we carry on with this, as we go to the second part. We're going to move faster, and they are very, very short chapters. Does anybody have anything you wanted to share? Any thoughts, any communication, the ownership of your dream? You talk about don't compare yourself with other people, right? And that God's going to hold you responsible for what he gives you. He's not going to ask you what happened to the 1,000 people when he didn't give you 1,000 people to pasture. He's not going to ask you, why didn't you discover the cure for cancer when you were not the one to give that assignment to? So does anybody have any point, any question you wanted to ask or any value you wanted to add before we carry on? Okay, so we're going to move quicker and we're going to carry on with this lesson. Please kindly mute yourself. If you are doing something else, please be conscious of other people in the class. Thank you. Raise your hand if you have questions or comments.
Pastor.
Oh, good. All right. So you own your dream. So let's go to number 2. So number 2 talks about, okay, if I have the dream, I own the dream. What about the clarity question? Do I see it clearly? Is my dream fuzzy? Is my dream clear? This was Peter Marshall's prayer. Give to us clear vision, that we may know where to stand and what to stand for. If you have a clear vision, you will eventually attract the right strategy. If you don't have a clear vision, no strategy will save you. Pastors fail in ministry because their visions are fuzzy. People could not understand what they are talking about. They themselves don't even understand what they are going. They are doing trial and error. They are figuring it out by the day. Even the vision for 2020 and 2022, what I do as a pastor here, in this November of fasting and prayer in the church, I begin to ask God, God, give me clarity. What do you want to do in 2022? Where are we going? What are we doing? I need to know what is the word for each month. What is the word for each Sunday? What do you want to do in the life of young people, life of men, life of women? I want to have a clear vision, because if that vision is not clear, it's like somebody who is trying to score a goal. You cannot score a goal without setting a goal post. Think about that. If you know how to play soccer game, there's no goal post. How can you score a goal? There's no place, because the goal post is like a measured place. When you score, you will know you score. If you don't have a clear goal, clear vision, where are you going? How will you know when you get there? Am I making sense? If by the beginning of the year, 2022, landed on your corridor and you have not set up your calendar for what you see in 2022, friend, you are too late. I hope this is going to make sense to many of us. A lot of people will get into the year and then they try to figure out what they want to do. But people who are dreamers, people who are visionaries, they have already seen up to June of next year. They already measured it. This is what first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. This is what I want. I am believing God. See, God says he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. The desire. So if a man of God, a woman of God has no desire, he leaves God with nothing to fulfill. He will fulfill the desire. The desire is like the goalpost. The desire is the focus, clarity of picture. Where there is no vision, the people waste away, they perish. That is scriptures. What vision do you have for your family? What vision do you have for your church? What vision do you have for your business, your career? What is the vision? None. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you cannot say in 3 words what you want to be, where are you going? Friend, it means it's not clear to you. Let me say this again to help you. Many of us, opportunity will land on your corridor momentarily. You may not have written a letter to that opportunity. You may not be expecting it, but when it lands on your corridor, you better be ready. Because if it shows up and you don't have an answer, too late. Let me give you an example here, an example to help you to illustrate what I'm talking about. There was this woman, many of us, you heard about her, the wife of the former president of Nigeria, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo. Those of you who live in that part of the world, you have heard that name. She was the first lady during the reign, first term, second term of President Obasanjo. So one day, according to the story, she went to her old school. And right there, one of our schoolmates that they finished school together came around, recognized her, said, Mrs. Obasanjo, you remember me? So the lady goes, yes, I know you. I remember you in my class. So there was a hug, there was the exchange, and right there, the woman, the first lady said, what can I do for you? The lady scratched her and said, okay. And she didn't have an answer. She couldn't produce anything because she never had a vision, no plan. I said to you, if some opportunity come your way and you don't have an answer ready, you have no clarity of vision, no clarity of picture, it will bypass you. So that day, Mrs. Obasanjo wrote a check, gave her a cash of 50,000 naira. Those of you who live in Nigeria, you know that's not a whole lot of money for the first lady of a country. 50,000 naira. Say, you can have that. And she now told the lady, when I am going abroad, when I come back, make sure you write all that you want from me. Write it together. When I come back, let us meet so that we can help you fulfill them. According to the story, Chief Mrs. Obasanjo went to abroad for health treatment. She didn't return. She died on the surgery. She didn't get back to the country. It was her corpse that was brought back to the nation. So think about missed opportunity. What if that lady, when the first lady say, what do you need? She said, first lady, and she just bring a list. I need a job in XYZ. I need this, I need that. Do you know what that could have mean? What that could have meant to her? Or the lady would just, okay, you know what? I'm going to make a vote call and I'm going to get, if that lady died, doesn't matter. The purpose had been fulfilled. When God gives you opportunities in life, you better be born ready. And that's what we're talking about today, clarity of vision. Is it making sense to you all? Let me know if it's making sense. I'd like you to chat in our chat box. We have not used chat for at all. So I need to see somebody chatting your chat box. What is this meaning to you? Let me hear you. Let me hear you. This is supposed to be a class we're not participating. What does it mean? What is dream? What is clarity of dream to you? Put something in the chat. Let other people read what you are saying. Right now, with clarity. The one says a clear dreams makes a general idea very specific. The indispensable first step to get the things you want out of life is this: decide what you want. Decide what you want. Look at the difference here between people who have general idea and those who have specific goals. You remember earlier on I said, you have a dream. Say, okay, what do you want? Say, I just want to be a blessing. That is not specific. So here, look at this general idea. Someone says, I want to lose weight. and I'm going to start losing weight. That's good. But what does that mean? Another person says, no, I will weigh 185 pounds by June 1. That is specific. I need to treat employees better, general. I will honor someone at every Monday staff meeting, specific. I like to learn a language. Many of us use word like that. I want to learn new languages. What? I will learn Chinese 1 hour a day this year. That is specific. I want to get out of debt. I'll pay all my balance by December 31. I need to improve my leadership. I will read one leadership book every month. Can you see the difference? Clarity. Clarity. When it is not clear to you, it cannot be clear to the people who follow you. And what is not clear to you is not achievable. I can tell you, you're just going to be moving around the goalpost. There are people who are a lot of motion, a lot of movement, but there's no forward motion. There's no progress made. They are going around in circle because there's no specific. What do you want to say? Let me give you an example. If you're a pastor, you could say, by the grace of God, by middle of next year, we want to win 100 souls, specific. Out of those 100 souls, we are targeting 10 families, specific. We want to reach young professionals, specific. That is clear goals, clear goals. And then in this vision, we're going to talk about our strategy too. Many of us, we have vague ideas. Even when we pray, we don't get answers to our prayers because of vagueness. We are so vague. Unlike Hannah, we are here and there. You remember Hannah in the Bible? She said, Lord, give me a man child. And no, I know what I want. Not a girl this time. I want a man child. She was specific. There was a vacancy in the priesthood. Eli was on his way out, and his children were not qualified. God dismissed them. So there was a vacancy in the spiritual realm. Look at Anna. She get into that vacancy. Say, God, give me a man child. If she has said, give me a girl, yeah, God will have answered the prayer, but that prayer will not have been specific to the need at the time. What was the need? God need a male because male are the priest. Some answers you're going to get in life, not because you are vague, but because you are specific. God, I want this. Lord, I need this. Name your price. A clear dream doesn't become clear without effort. So how do you know? What am I feeling? I hope you are getting the answer. I've put it there so that you can write the answer. What am I feeling right now? What am I sensing? What am I seeing? What am I hearing? What am I thinking? Those are the efforts that will help your dreams to be clear to you. Number 3, a clear dreams affirm your purpose. Number 4, a clear dreams determine your priority because clear to you. You know what is not in the dream. Number 5, a clear dreams give direction to your team. When the vision is clear to the people that follow you, your dream has a chance. Your dream has a chance. If people are following you, they are not sure exactly what you mean. Your followers don't understand whether you are telling them move or stay or sit or go. They can't help you fulfill it. So a church cannot grow. A ministry cannot grow until the pastor is specific. And he said, today, brethren, this year, I want to raise 30 new leaders. There was a year I did something like that. People look at it, is that possible, Pastor? I said, I want to raise 50 leaders by January. 50 new leaders. That was many years ago. And we got it. I began to put my thinking cap on. And right there, I began to see people, and people begin to step up because the vision is clear. I have energized them. I've showed them specific. I am looking for 50 leaders. And you know what? The 50 leaders show up. Your people cannot follow the dream if they don't understand it clearly. The same thing in business. You want to make sales. You want to reach a goal. That's why companies set goals. They set targets. They reward those who meet those targets Because life without target will miss targets. If you don't set up targets, you are going to miss the targets. No goal post, no scoring of goals. Don't forget that. You cannot score goals when there's no goal post. Goal post is the goal. Set something for yourself and you will score goals. So that's number 2, clarity. Number 3 today is the reality question. Okay, it is clear. Number 1, the dream is mine. Number 2, the dream is clear to me. Number 3, what do I need for this dream to become a reality? That is the reality question. Reality is the enemy of fantasies, but not of dreams. There are people who are what I call fantasy. You remember this book that says, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. Anybody remember that verse? Can somebody help us understand that? Let's talk. I don't want you to be too quiet on me now. So what does that mean? If wishes were horses, beggars will ride. All right. Do you want to help us with that? Hello? You're sleeping now?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm here. I've been listening with you, just like you're listening.
Okay, sir. Thank you for
Talking about action and dreams. Yes, please go on, Larry.
Okay, I think it means that if wishes were horses, beggars would rise. I think it means that anybody can wish anything, and but it takes more than wishing. There are some other factors that has to come into place. So anybody can wish, but it takes kings, it takes people who have gone beyond wishes to ride the horse.
Okay.
So thank you.
All right. Any other effort? What does it mean? If wishes were horses, beggars will ride.
If wishes were horses, beggars may ride. Louis is speaking, sir.
Yes, sir. What does it mean that day in practicality of dreams?
If houses were easy to build, everybody will own a house, but it's not easy as such.
Right.
And I think that a beggar who is thinking of having a meal a day cannot wish himself to buy a horse. Okay. Talking of riding it.
All right. Thank you, Daddy. I appreciate that. Let's take one more input. It is a practical thing he's talking about here.
Hello, sir.
I think
Yes.
it's just saying that
Kusimon,
there's not enough.
Hello, sir.
Kusimon,
okay.
Yes, go on.
Okay, sir. I think it means if achieving a goal is just about thinking it and it just appear like that, everybody will just have to, what I just need to do is just to think it and then it appears. But it's more than that. You have to think it, bring it to reality, walk towards it.
That's correct. Thank you. Let's listen to Sister Abigail. I like their style. If you want to talk, raise your hand like she just said now. She raised her hand so I can call you. Yes, Sister Abigail.
I believe it means that anybody can dream. Anybody can become who they want. Everyone has that opportunity. That's what I think it means. Okay.
All right. Let me give you a summary of it. It means that there is the talking part of your dream and there's the action part. A lot of people talk. Talk is cheap. If you had that word, talk is cheap. But see, they talk, but they do nothing. They are wishful thinkers. They have this dream. Somebody will come around, open the door for me, carry me, and da. It's all just imagination. What are you doing towards that dream? So what it means is, if it's just by wishing things, even the beggars, they will be riding horses because they are wishing they will ride horses. But it's going to require more than wishes. That's exactly what it's talking about. So the essence of this is, when you have a dream, you need to have action plan, blueprint, write it down. One of the things I love to do is when I have this idea, vision, I'll go for PowerPoint, I'll put it in the PowerPoint. Anything you have that is inside of you that you cannot share with somebody, that is not shareable, say, well, I know it somewhere in my head. You have not started yet. Because there's going to be a day in your life when somebody just say, oh, that idea you said you have, could you tell me about it? It's not going to pull it from your head. You are going to have written it down, present it in a format that anybody will say, oh, wow, this makes sense. That is the practical side. And then you cannot put timing on it. They call it SMART goals. You cannot be specific. You can be measurable, right? You can be achievable. You can make sure there is time to complete it. And there are steps to do. That is how dreams come to pass. Let's hear Brother Gbadebo. That's the last one we'll take before we carry on. Go on, Brother Gbadebo. Well, look like your internet is not good enough. We're not hearing you. All right, we'll come back to you later on, sir. Because of the time, your internet is poor. Yes, we can't hear you. All right, so let's carry on. There are some response from the class of last year, which I want us to see if we can listen to some of their responses as well. Bro Badebo, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. We obviously not hearing you, so let's carry on, people of God, because of our time.
And let him go. That is the reality, people of God. So if you have a dream, great, God put a great idea in your spirit. That is just one half of it. The second half is okay. How is this reality? How is this going to happen? I'm challenging you, all of you in this class. I'm so glad you are in this class. Seriously, I'm glad you are here. There are so many hurdles that make this look impossible. Some of you, look at our folks in Nigeria. If I'm looking at the timeline in Nigeria, it's past midnight. Past midnight. That is determination. That is what makes a person to succeed. While others say, you know, Pastor, that time is too late, I can't handle it. We're asking you, you need to go find a computer, go find something. That is the reality. Dreams, they don't run on their own. And somebody push. That is when it becomes actionable item. Let's go on. I hope this is making sense to you. I hope it's making sense to you. If it's making sense to let me know, please just chat it there. It's making sense, Pastor, so I know I'm not speaking to the wind. All right, the reality question, am I depending on factors within my control to achieve my dream? So look at the two things. Say there are fantasizers, those who have fantasies, and there are dream builders. Those who are fantasizers, they rely on luck. One day I will get lucky. Pastor, I have been praying. One day I will have a break. I will have it, we call it breakthrough. I will have a break, I will have a breakthrough. Okay, praise God. There's luck element there. In fact, we say it is God element. I am trusting God for favor. There is favor, and favor also need hard work, right? So people don't just run around. Then they focus on the destination. They cultivate on healthy expectations. They are just imagining things. They minimize the value of work, which was I was explaining earlier on. That's what, if you have members of your church, after you have taught them to believe God, let's have prayer meeting, let's have fast and prayer, then teach them work, teach them work ethics, teach them value, teach them how to think through systems, how to process, to use things in the country to give themselves opportunity. You have taught them right, you have showed them the way, then push them to work. Fantasizers look for excuses. They create inertia. In other words, they sit there. They breed isolation. They wait. They avoid personal risk. and they make others responsible for their own fault, for their own misbehavior, for their own failure. Well, if not that I was born in Nigeria, if not that I was born in Ghana, if not that I didn't have a privilege, you know, it was because I was in Jamaica. It was the fault of my grandmother. You know what they're going to do? All their kingdom come, they're going to find somebody to blame. And there are people like that, they just blame somebody. They are just happy blaming someone, except themselves. But what are dream builders? They rely on discipline. They focus on the journey. They cultivate healthy discontent. You know what? I'm not happy with where I am now. I want better. They maximize the work they do. It leads them to action. They generate momentum. They promote teamwork, initiate, embrace risk, and they make themselves responsible. They take care of their own destiny. They put their own destiny in their own hands. See, someone says, pray as if everything depends on God. Then walk as if everything depends on you. Can you see the two sides of the hands clapping? Walk as if everything depends on you, and pray as if everything depends on God. Then you're going to get great results. All right, so here the fine was it. The fine print is reality. If you want to achieve your dream, you need to read the proverbial fine print. When you do, here are a few things you will find. That the journey will take you longer than you hoped. That's the reality. The reality is, this is going to take you more. The obstacle will be more numerous than you believed. When we say, okay, we want to go to mission school, we want to go to school at the Bible Institute, all hands were up. But people did not, it will cost you exams. It will make you to wake up in the middle of the night. You're going to do homework. The disappointment will be greater than you expected. The loss will be lower than you imagined. The price will be higher than you anticipated. But that is reality. The more unrealistic your dream is, the more you'll be tempted to depend on things you cannot control, and the less you're likely to become reality. So when you have drawn your plan and you say, okay, God, it is action time. We need to spend energy, time, working on our dream. Look at what this lady said, Catherine Hales. She observed, we spend most of our 20s discovering all of the hundreds of things we can be. But as we matured into our 30s, we begin to discover all of the things we will never be. The challenge for us as we reach our 40s and beyond is to put it all together, to know our capabilities and recognize our limitations and become the best we can be. So what must you do, therefore, to match your dream with your reality? Build on your strength. Building on your strength, activate the law of least effort. What does that trying to say? It's trying to say there are things, potential things God has given you. There are strength that you have. There are grace that God has given your talent. Build on that. We call it your low-hanging fruit. Your low-hanging fruit. In other words, you will get more result if you focus on your strength, not on what you are trying to become. So take ownership of all the things that God has deposited into your life first. Use that first, and then you can build on that. And as you do that, you become stronger. Pearl Bailey asserted there are two kinds of talent: man-made talent and God-given talent. With man-made talent, you have to work very hard. With God-given talent, you just touch it up once in a while. So what he's saying is this: for you to maximize your dream, let your dream match your potential, match your talent. What am I called to do? What are my natural ability? Those are your low-hanging fruits first. Number two, build your strengths. Building on your strength enables consistently good result. Maximum effort and maximum strength is equal to maximum result. You see that? Building on your strength, maximum effort plus maximum strength will give you maximum results. Maximum results. And look at this. It says what we become is a combination of our habit The individual who want to reach the top in business must appreciate the might and the force of habit. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him and hasten to adopt those practices that will become the habit that help him to achieve the success he desires. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. So here is the goal. Match your habits with your dream. As you begin to do that, you're going to see this reality roadmap. So here is your starting point. Build it on your strengths. Create great habits. Waking up on time, putting energy into it, working, talking, meeting people, focusing on your goal and your dreams, putting plans together, then tapping into your potential will bring your dream to reality. So reality is the foundation of your dream. So that is point number 3. Number 4, as we are wrapping up, the passion question. So the passion question says, okay, number 1, you own the dream. Yes, the dream is yours. Number 2, what have you done with that dream? Don't forget number 2, it is clear to you. It's very clear to you. Number 3, you have measured the reality and you know it's going to take work to do. So you wake up to your reality. Then number 4, you need to put passion behind it. So it is your passion that compels you to follow your dream. Steve Jobs said, if you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Passion pulls up the vision. Passion pulls you up. It enables us to overcome adversity. Do you see that? When you are, passion is the motivation. It's like a tonic in your blood. It's a driver. It drives you. See, when you have passion, there is nothing that can hold you back from working hard to get your dream. You can read the poem later on, it's in your notes. That is something you can follow as well. Number 2, say passion pulls us out. It gives us initiative. So to succeed, stay within your strength, we said that, but continually move outside your comfort zone. Be willing to take a risk. Be willing to do what is not comfortable. See, George Bernard Shaw said, I am sick of all the reasonable people. They see all the reasons for doing nothing. Passion makes us unreasonable. Pull yourself out of comfort zone. No, if God wants to grow us many times, do you know what God does? He stretches us. He stretches us beyond our limit. God is trying to grow you. And so he pushes you in some difficult thing. Some of us will just find yourself in the middle of some challenges, you know, and say, well, Pastor, I don't know. One of the things I've learned in life, I've learned that early in life, that anytime somebody called me to do something, instead of looking for excuse, I'm going to ask God for strength to do it. Let me say that again. There are people, you ask them to do something. Their first response is, I cannot. The excuse is so strong, they will even create one. Their first response is, think of somebody else. I cannot. It cannot be me. It's not convenient. I don't have the time. Pastor, I'm busy. But I come to learn this when I was in university. There was one occasion when I was in second year pharmacy school. At that time, the pharmacy school was very difficult. It was difficult. My school at the time, and I don't know if they changed the system, if you fail one course, you will repeat the whole year. So many people failed. They couldn't finish the course on time. A 4-year course became 6 years for some people. I was afraid. I panicked. So in my second year, I told God, I said, God, forgive me, but I'm not going to be attending fellowship anymore. Or I'm going to be attending fellowship like once in a month because I don't have time. I have to pass pharmacy. That was my desire. So on a particular day, the last day when I wanted to start executing my plan, there was an election going on in the fellowship. They were choosing the executive. They were choosing the president and all the executives. I didn't care because I am, number one, I was a young junior. I mean, I was just sophomore, second year. Nobody knows me. Number two, I was not even interested in that because, no, it's not. This is my last day of coming regularly. Next week, you're going to see me. So when the election was being carried on and they were praying, and the selection is, after they prayed and fasted, they will nominate names, and somebody who is anointed of God will pick names from, and whoever's name they pick out of the selection, they believed. And I know it was really spiritual, just like casting lots. These folks were very spiritual. So they were doing it, and as they picked the names, who is the president? I was just looking up. I couldn't believe it. They announced my name. What? I didn't know whether I was dreaming, whether to cry, or whether to run out. What? What did they say? Oh, yeah. Press what? I couldn't believe it myself. So I was announced president. So I went out of fellowship that day. I was really down. I didn't know what to do with it. So I spoke to a friend of mine, saying, you know what happened at fellowship today? I am the president of the fellowship. Forget it. So go and tell them you cannot do it. They can't force it on you. You cannot do it. Except you want to fail pharmacy. So I was going to go and tell them, you know what, you guys look for somebody else. As I knelt down to pray, the Holy Spirit said, you think I made a mistake? I chose you. So I knew in my spirit that God wanted me to. Then I said, God, give me grace. Give me grace for this. That moment I learned that when God put a dream in your heart, if He calls you for something, He enables you. He will give you ability to do it. He will give you the resources, the people. It amazed me till tomorrow how God helped me. From that moment, when I sat down to read my books, it was like I had a magnetic brain. I didn't have that before. But when I read a page, it will be like photograph on my head. When I got to the exam, I'll be seeing what I read like in front of me. Now I don't have the ability. Then I had it. Then God lined up people. People were coming around. They wanted to help me. And that's when I met my wife in the school of pharmacy. And she said, you know what? I can help you with whatever you don't have time to read that. I've read it. I'll give you a summary. God just helped me. I didn't fail a course. Then I understood up to this moment that when God calls you to do a thing, don't make excuse. God may be pushing you into an uncomfortable zone. He's trying to stretch you so that you can do more than your comfort level. I hope I'm making sense to you all. So, passion, pursue, dwell on your strength, leave the comfort zone. Easy is for easy people. Risk is for people who want to go high. Work is for people who want to take to the next level. That is what God is calling you to do. People of dreams, they are not chickens, they are eagles. Where do you see chickens? Chickens are on the floor. Chickens are picking the corn. They are only picking what they can see near-sighted. They are picking the little because they are chickens. But eagles, they fly high. They go to the peak of the rock and they look down. Eagles kill his own meat, his own dinner. He kill it fresh. Eagles don't eat dead stuff. You see, you know what's the other kind of animal? See, that eat all kind of dirty stuff. Eagles eat fresh. If you are eagle believer, it means you have dreams. It means your dream is sharp and you are pushing yourself. Your passion is pushing you. You don't settle for easy. No, say, no, don't give me the easy. Let me see what nobody else wants to do. You see, what you are doing with yourself is you are going to be an achiever. People of God, we are in a class today, class of dreamers. I don't know if I'm speaking to dreamers tonight or I'm speaking to chicken. I don't know if I'm talking to eagles. Are you eagle? Come on, chat there. Let me know if you are eagle Christian or you are a chicken believer. I want to see your name in your chat. I am an eagle believer. I don't settle for easy. I am going for the best. If there's something called the best in ministry, count me in. If there's something called greatness in life, I am going to be number one there. In this class, I'm going to be one of the number one. I don't know who I'm talking to this evening, but put it there. I am not a chicken believer. I am an ego believer. So number 3 there is a passion. Position us well. It gives us the greatest urge for success. When you are passionate, it drives you, it moves you, it pushes you. You don't settle. You go higher and higher and higher. Look at that passion ranking. Number 1 say, well, instead of doing that, in fact, you pull my teeth without anesthesia. But number 10 say, my passion is so hot that even people who come around me, I will set them on fire. That is ego believer. The person who believes in his dream. If you come around me, my dream will change you. If you don't want to be changed, don't listen to me. But if you listen to me, you are going to be persuaded. You're going to have to follow, because my fire is going to set you on fire. That is what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm seeing your chat. I'm seeing people who are not chicken, who are ego Christian. I am a dreamer. I'm going higher. There's some people, they have not chatted anything there. Yeah? They are chicken believer. You can put say, I am chicken. I don't want to go nowhere.
You go. I don't know how to chat.
Yeah. And nobody can take me out of this. I will fulfill it. Sometimes there are ups, sometimes it's not easy, people of God, but you know what? God didn't promise us easy. He promised us help. He promised us success. Many times people think easy is it. Yeah, when it is easy. No, no, no. If you look at the promise of God, he never promised us easy road. Look at that. He didn't promise us easy, but he promised us he will be with us. He promised, I will be with you to the end of the age. So that's what it is. But there are people, they are looking for an easy way out. Give me the shortcut. Someone says a shortcut, cut life short. So if you take shortcut, it will cut you short. So don't just go for the shortcut. Go for the vision. Go for the dream. All right, let's do the number 5 and then we'll discuss. Don't forget there's no quiz in this class. So congratulations, there's no quiz. But there is going to be a discussion forum. And it's already been set. So please make sure you put your own part there. All right, so the 5th one for tonight, the pathway question. So now I have passion. But then there's one more question tonight. What is my strategy? See, do I have a strategy to reach my dream? It is not enough to know what. It is not enough to know why about your dream. You must also know how. This is called strategy. There are many dreamers. They know what they want. They know why they want it, but they have never researched how do I get it. And that is the difference between a dreamer and a dream fulfiller, somebody who fulfilled the dream. So it says we must look forward for ways to be an active force in our lives. We must take charge of our own destiny, design a life of substance, and truly begin to live our dreams. There is no magic power in having a dream. You can't just wait for it. You have to work for it. That is clear. Look at this percentage. Look at this statistic. Take a note at it and reflect on that on your own. It says many Americans get an F in the critical area of performance. Simply put, they fail to consistently take the actions necessary to move their dreams and their visions out of their heart, out of their heads, into their lives. You see that? So how then do I secure my dream? We're talking about strategy. Strategy. Come on, strategy. If you don't have strategy, your dream will be granted. Your dream will be inside the paper. It will never run because you have no plan. Dream, you saw it, but your hand ain't touching it. It's just dream to you. So how do you secure your dream? So we're going to spell secure. Secure dreams by spelling secure. S, state all of your positions. Write things down. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming task into small, manageable tasks. Someone says the journey of 1,000 years begin with the first few steps. Write down. So state all your positions. What are your positions? My present position. Where am I right now? Number 2, my future position. What will it look like when I get there? Number 3, what step am I, the positions in between? What step must I take to get from where I am to where I need to be? That is the positions you need to, so state it, write it down. The second one, E, examine all your actions. Your decision today is your determination or your destination tomorrow. Let me say that today's decision is the destination of tomorrow. So every day we are making decisions. There are those of us who are always about to live. There are those of us who are always about to leave. We are waiting until things change, until there's more time, until we are less tired, until we get better promotion, until we settle down, until you know that kind of thing. Pastor, I cannot do this school. You know what? I don't have time. Maybe next year when I get a better job, until I finish this. You will never run out of the until in your life. So what do? Jump into action. Right there. Right there. If you want to achieve your dream, you cannot allow yourself to be one of those people who are saying until. You must avoid it by doing something to advance your dream. Secure, SEC. Consider all your options. In other words, there may be several methods to achieve the same thing. There could be many ways to skin a cat. So let all your options be on the table. If one door closes, go explore another one. This dream, I will fulfill it. If somebody say no, I will knock somebody else's door. There was somebody, have you heard of the man who built Disney World? If you have ever heard of his name, Disney World, that was his name. He applied to about 100 banks who turned him down. They said no. And yet he built it. It took him over about 20 years to fulfill that dream. 20-something years. But he got it done. Why? Today, people go to Florida, they go to California, they go almost all different countries. They have what they call the Disney World. It was a dream of Mr. Disney World. He was not very educated, but he believed in his dream. Banks said no. He didn't let that bother him. He went to another bank. That's my dream too. I believe in what I'm doing. Even if somebody said no, I'm going to try another. When we're building our church here in North Carolina, banks turned us down. Even friends told us that we are just daydreaming. You guys, if you are foreigners, what do you think you can do here? We that have been here for a longer time, what did we get on? But we believe in our dreams. And one bank look at how much we've worked so hard. They look at how much we have saved. They were impressed. Hey, you guys saved this much by yourself? We will help you. Because we moved towards our dream. And they gave us money to buy the land. Within 1 year, we paid the money for the land. That's okay. So our land became a collateral. Then we applied for a better one. And then they just approved it. Till tomorrow, that bank was very glad that they gave us the money to build the church. They didn't regret it. I asked them the other day, I said, you guys they were very happy with us. We never defaulted, not once. God helped us because we also believe in our dreams. We took actions. Somebody will say no to what you want. Don't let that deter you. Don't let that make you change your mind. Go for it. Number U, say utilize all your resources. So use every opportunity. Remove all your non-essential. Anything that is not going to help you to accomplish your dream, push it out of the way. Some things will be hindrance, obstacle. It might be people who are telling you rubbish, telling you can't get it done. Set them aside, move on. Embrace all your challenges. Look at that, that's the letter, he is secure. Embrace all your challenges, there will be challenges. Solomon said, consider the wisest man. He says, a sensible man watches for problems ahead and prepares to meet them. The simpleton never lose and suffer the consequences. Look at that. In other words, prepare for plan B. If this one doesn't work, we are not going to close the door. We're going to look for other options. Embrace all options on the table. So do we have dreamers in the house today? Do we have people who believe in their dream or people who have given up on their dreams? Some people say, well, I used to believe.
All right. So that is the lecture for today. So we are going to be discussing the next few minutes what this thing is talking about, action plan. So do we have dreamers here today? Has anybody had challenges, you had dreams? Man, it didn't happen. You are still believing God for it. Anyone like that? I would like to see some faces. Adeyemi Ezekiel, are you there? Are you falling asleep? Sister Tanish Simpson, anybody with dream wanted to tell us what are the difficulties we face when we are dreamers? Tulu Lokbe, shoot to me. Could you open your thing? We can see you. Sister Salome, Sister, that must be. Please open your camera. Sister Julie, Sister Paulette. We are back in the class. I wanted to hear those who have not spoken. This is a class of eagles, not chicken. Is that right?
Yes,
I hope there are no chicken in this class. We want to go somewhere. We're not going to choose the easy. We're going to go work hard. When you knock one door and that doesn't know, you go knock another one. Sister Chichi, how are you? Open your camera. It's too early to fall asleep, right? I'm waiting. And Mr. Olufade John, let's see your camera. If I don't see you, I'm going to assume you were not on this class. So I'm going to mark you absent. Is that clear? So if you are in this class, you better show up now. Otherwise, you fell asleep. So it's not part of it. You didn't hear what we're talking about.
No, sir. We are in the class, sir. But
all right, I'm glad to see you. I'm waiting for others I've not seen. Sister Akina Koblar, Paulette, Ezekiel, Julie, Yomi, Paul, Samuel, and John. Open thy camera, for thou shalt not hide behind camera. Amen. All right, I'm waiting. There is an assignment, but it's not really a quiz. So Monday classes are less, they are not as tedious as the Saturday classes. So that's why I would say, don't slow down, use the advantage of light class to cover the heavy class. And that way, we can be sure we cover it. Now, the assignment is what we call discussion forum, and I'm going to show you how to do that. If you answer this question using your LifeSpring app and participate, I will show you how to do that. Then you will get some extra bonus mark when I see your input. If you don't put anything there, I'm going to assume that either you didn't understand this class or you just didn't do the assignment. So I'm going to share my screen. And for those of you who have not had, please wave your hand to me if you have not had your LifeSpring account. Those who have not had a LifeSpring account, let me see your hand so that I can see ways to help you at some point to make sure you all have your account. All right, I'm going to show you my screen very quickly and just show you. Okay, thank you. We'll get to you. Is that Mrs. Shubawali? Your husband knows how to use LifeSpring account. Please ask him for help. I'm sure he can help you to figure that out. So that way it will be easier for you. Anybody else, if you don't have the LifeSpring account, I might just send you a note of how to get it done. All right, you are looking at my screen, and what I wanted to show you very briefly is how to access the discussion forum. So let's do it this way. So I'm going to sign out of this account and sign into my personal account. Everybody, including teachers, we have our personal account, and even our staff, everybody have their own personal account. So let's say I sign into my account. Just a minute here. All right. Those who don't have account, we figure a way to assist you. So this is my personal account. You could see my screen right here. And it will look the same way if even you are using your phone, and I will show you how it will look like on the phone as well. So inside this personal account, when I'm on that page, one of the things you will see is that you'll be able to see this level, this side of the panel. And the item number 3 on that panel is called discussion forum. So let me see here. If I click discussion forum, it will open up like this to me, discussion. Let me show you how I got there. On the left panel, if you are using your computer, this is how it will look like. You will see discussion forum on the 3rd item. Once you click it, you will see it will open up to discussion forum. So you click it out again, and then you'll be able to see the questions. So here is the question for this class. What are the steps to take for dreams? So I click that. What are the steps to take for dreams to be fulfilled? That is the question for the class. It's a discussion. So you are going to put your input there, and it's very simple to do. You see here, you see my name, and it says write a comment. So I can just say, for example, I might say work, I could say work hard, right? As a way to say, okay, that's my comment, but I want you to add more than that, not just one phrase. So this is just a test. So I say work hard. So where I put my own name, I put work hard there. You see this arrow on the right, I click it. So the moment I click it, I have submitted that. So my name will show up with my submission. If I don't like my submission, I can delete it. You see this arrow to delete, or I can correct it, this pencil, to correct my input. So all you need to do today is go to this discussion forum, click it. Again, you see that, and then you click the topic that I just talked about. What are the steps to take to fulfill dreams? You will see the conversation of the previous class, and you can learn something from what they have said. So everyone is expected to do that before our next class. Now, if you are using, let's say you are using your phone, this is going to look like on the phone. I'm going to share it also for you to see it on the phone. So on the phone, it will look a little bit different. And this is going to look like on your phone. Just a minute. Right. So on my phone, if you're able to see my computer, you should be looking at my PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you how it's going to look like if you're using your phone. On your phone, if you do not have LifeSpring account, look at this. This is where you're going to go register, www.lifespring.org. You download it from Apple Store or Android Store onto your phone. Once you download it, you search for LifeSpring on Apple Store or Android, and then you download it on your phone, and then you put in your name and your picture into that, okay? So once you've done that, you created your account. So that's how to register. We've gone over that before. And then once you've done that, then you have your account. Your account is set. The next thing is you're going to search for the school. So there's a search button inside the account. You see that search button on your phone. You just search Institute. You will see Jubilee Institute there. Once you click it, it will take you to the page where you see the institute, and then you see this arrow. It will be blue. You just touch it, it will turn gray. and meaning you are requesting to follow the school. And then once the school accepts you, it will turn green. You see that there. So that means if you touch it again, you remove yourself from the school. So you leave it there and keep it as green. So once you have your LifeSpring account, put it on some, or you will see that there too. It will show you that you have an account. See, you will see that logo on your, if you don't see the logo on your phone, then you are not following the school. So once you have that, save it where you can see it on your phone so that you can remember. It will tell you if there's a message waiting for you. And then once you open your phone, you see there, you see all of these are all the buttons you need. They're all on top of it. Here is the home, here is the search button, here is the communication chat. And then there's this 3-bar column. You see that this 3-bar on the extreme right top of your phone. Once you touch that 3-bar, it will open up and it will give you all the settings, everything you needed to do will be shown up there. But one of the things it's going to give you is what I call this discussion forum. So you'll be able to see your discussion. You see that here. See, once you click it, one of the options, the third one is discussion forum. Once you click that discussion forum, it will open up and it will become where you can chat your own information, library, books, everything are there. There's no time. I would have loved to show you. Even the book we're using today, in case you lose that book, is in the library. You can access it in the library. You actually can get that book on your own, at your own time, at your own pace. There's a password there. I'll send you the password later on so that you can use how to open the book. The book for the school is there. The book we just studied is there as well. But that is how to get it. Just go to the library. Once you get to the library, you see the library, and then you go to books, and from books, you see the book you want, and then you put in the password, and that's all you needed to do. So we're still talking about the school. So once you are searching, once you go to the school page, you see groups, just click groups, and then you'll see your group there. You'll see all the group you need to belong to, and you request it. You are looking at 22, 23 group. That's what you need to do. So we are talking about discussion group, and that's all that is to it. Now, here's the discussion group again. I hope you're all hearing me. So when I click the discussion forum, it will open up to the discussion. You touch it again, then you will see the subject, the question for today, which is the homework. As soon as you pick it up, select it, and then it will give you ability to write your own comment. You can see here. So I can write my comment here, and then once I write my comment, I just click submit. Immediately I do that, my own will be captured, and then I will know those who submitted their own, who responded to the question. So the question is, what are the steps for somebody to fulfill their dream? Praise the Lord. Does anybody have any question today before we close? I want to appreciate Pastor Deborah, who stepped in to start the program ahead of time. And we'll do the second part of dreaming next week. Does anybody have any question? Okay, Sister Akina, okay, I see you are not able to turn your camera on. We'll mark you present. Anybody else who could not turn their camera on so that, Mama, yes, Mrs. Oloide, please go ahead with your question.
Yes, my question is that the link was sent to me late. I don't know, I was there trying since 4:30, and I don't know how to do it. My son that is helping me is in class 2. He's doing his own school work. So please, if they can send it to me on time so that I know how to log in. I don't know how to do it. They are teaching me. So,
okay, to log into the class, even to the class.
Yeah, and this link must get to me on time so that the person who wants to teach me can teach me on time, because he too is doing school, doing his own work. I disturb him.
Mommy, are you on the WhatsApp group of the school?
Yes, I'm using WhatsApp now.
Okay, the link is there. Okay, we'll post it there.
It's
Please,
not
everybody.
there, it's late. When I wrote my name that I can't do it now, they just send it later. After the class, it's after 5, before I get it.
I see. I see. Okay. Please save that link so that you can always be ready whenever the class is starting. Thank you. All right. Tolulokpe, what's your question?
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for the presentation, sir. More grace and anointing in Jesus' name, sir. Yeah, there is a common saying, sir, that the environment also has a lot of percentage in actualizing one's dream. And so I want to share more light concerning that issue. You know, like take for example, those of us here in Africa and where the environment is not as friendly as those people that are in the Western world. You know, from what I've seen so far, I see that many of the Africans or many people, when they have the right, maybe let's say they leave the shore of Africa and they get to the Western world, you see them being more productive, being more doing things better compared to when they're at home, which many of us, like, we have seen a lot of cases, and I believe that you will be able to still give us at least I know you have been in Africa and know how things look down here compared to the Western world. So how do we validate that statement that says that the environment, I think, is it like 60 or what 70% to the success of actualizing one's dream?
You are right. Without much ado, it has a place, definitely. Your background, your relationship, your friend. But what we must not let that do is to discourage us, is to put us down. Even as we're speaking now, there are people who live where you live and they are making some breakthroughs. There are people who have all kind of scenarios in their life that just work against them, and yet they still pull themselves. So while it is true, but what we're seeing in this class is we should not let it limit us. Don't let your dream die because of the environment where you find yourself. Keep pushing. God will give you that dream. He can give the fulfillment in spite of your dream. See, Joseph thought his dream, as big as it was, he was only thinking about it. Maybe I'm going to fulfill this dream in my land. Unknown to him, he was going to be a slave somewhere, and then from slavery to prison, and then eventually he was going to fulfill the dream. So God can fulfill our dream no matter where we are. Even though, yes, truly circumstances matter, but they should not stop us. So that's what I would say for that. When we do number 6, 7, and 8, or the rest of that, we'll talk more on this aspect of dreams. All right. Mrs. Shobowale, you're raising your hand, and then Mrs. Francois, please. You have questions? Yes, please go ahead and ask your question. Okay, Sister Francois, please go ahead.
Good evening again. My husband is able to get the discussion forum, but I'm not able to get it.
You are not able to?
No, I pull it up. I don't know if you can see it.
You got it, but he couldn't get it, right?
But he got it.
Okay.
My discussion forum.
But you couldn't get there. So it could mean that maybe you have not added, have you added yourself to the class, to the school?
Yeah.
Okay. You should be able to get it. All right. I will see what we can, I'll send you, I'll put a video on the WhatsApp later on. And
Okay.
everybody who could not get to the discussion forum, I'll put a video steps of how to get there. Just first of all, ensure that you have added yourself to the school. That's number one. Once you're on the school page, then you'll be able to get to the discussion forum. So I'll put a video there to explain how to do that. All right, 1 minute, just a minute. Brother Damilare, have we taken the attendance? You know who was present, who is not? Because that information is required for graduation. So please make sure there's no test in this class, but that attendance is very important. Yes, Mr. Marilyn.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to encourage the brother that just spoke. It really touched me when he spoke about the environment, and that really touched me a whole lot because For me, I just want to let you know, my brother, some of us are in the United States, believe it or not. The environment that some of us some of us never even had the opportunity to get scholarships for colleges or whatever. Some of us are really struggling in the United States. We may have jobs, but I can tell you one thing to encourage you. All my life, I had to pay my own school fees. And I'm from Liberia, the war that took place in Liberia, we were scattered all over. And I'm telling you, and that's where my passion is. So I want to encourage you to let you know, you may be in Africa and think that we are in the United States. It's not everyone that's blessed to get scholarship. It's not everyone that have green card or citizenship. We are struggling, some of us. There are those that have their papers, they're getting their scholar, they're getting everything. They were able to graduate. Some of us came the hard way in life, just as though we are in Africa. And so I'm one of those. So I want to encourage you, if I can stay in the United States and graduate from a GED, not even sit in the classroom to finish high school, someone who came from London and struggle in this country because of the war, you can do it in Africa. There are resources in Africa. Like I'm here, I have no one to support me. All of my family, not everybody is serving God, but because I know my calling, I know what God is calling me to, I've made every effort. Tell me I can't do it, I tell myself I can do it. So I want to encourage you, okay?
Thank you, Sister Mary.
Separate yourself from the environment and go after your dream.
Amen. Amen. Very good. So the truth is, you can be anywhere and succeed. And you can be even the best of place and still be struggling, right? Yes. Some people say, well, America, you mean there are beggars? There are beggars, there are homeless. You can think of anything, anywhere. It's also here. But then, of course, opportunity presents in different layers. We must not give up on our dream. All right. We have taken the attendance. Brother Mlare, attendance taken. You know who is not present?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, sir. I'm in the middle of it, so
we're going
trying to match
see everybody's
the names.
name. Yomi Paul Samuel. Are we able to see you? I've never seen that person all this since we started. Tanish, I didn't see your face, not once. I'm curious. And you are in two places on this. Okay. So we can see Yomi Paul, Samuel, and John. Okay. What's your last name, brother Yomi? Because I don't know what's your last name, Yomi Paul Samuel. What is your real name?
Abayomi Ewusi.
That's Abayomi Ewusi. Next time, please write your name the way it is meant to be, so that you will not be called wrongly. Abayomi Oyewusi. Please note that, Damilare. Yes. Who else we are not seeing?
Paul Akinwale. Paul Akinwale.
And Paul Akinwale. All right. Paul Akinwale, to both of you. Next time, God help you. You're going to have your own separate platform so that we can spell you right.
Amen.
Mr. Paulette, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Good, thank you for being here.
God bless you. Sister Tanish was here, but she just stepped out a while ago.
Okay, Sister Tanish, all right. Okay, we are going to close now. We will see you on Saturday. Some of you have not done your homework. I have not seen your homework for the last class. Sister Julie, welcome back. Praise the Lord. Thank you. I've not seen some of you. I know you were here. I've not seen some of your homework. Some people have not even submitted their test, and you took tests last week and you didn't submit it. Please, this week, deadline. By Saturday, when we're going to take another class and the grades are done, you may be scored 0. So please push, make sure you get your work done and you are on time. The problem is we don't want you to, to be having arrears. It will be very difficult for you to catch up. I empathize with our brothers and sisters in Africa who have no electricity. I can imagine how tough that is. Who have, you don't even have a laptop and you are using your phone. It could be very difficult. But by the grace of God, you are a dreamer, you are an achiever. Those who came ahead of you, they made it. You will make it too. Amen.
Hello, Pastor.
Yes, mommy.
Did you see my own?
Ma'am?
Have you got my own
Okay,
assignment?
Pastor, I'm not sure I've seen your assignment. I will check, Mommy, I will find out.
Already send it to you. Please check it. If you don't see it, let me know.
Okay, ma. So
Maybe
please
I will
mark
send it.
Pastor Oloide and Mama Dickiness Oloide present. All right. I think everybody is on the page. Thank you. God bless you. And God
Thank
bless
you,
our
sir.
class.
God bless you really in Jesus' name.
Right?
Very much, sir.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Let's pray. Let's pray to close. Let's close. Let's
We
close.
really enjoying it now, sir.
Father, we thank you for today. We're grateful to you, Lord, for the grace of God. We're thankful, Lord, for how you have blessed us in this class. Lord, we just pray that we will not just be dreamers, but we will be
Amen.
achievers. Help us
Amen.
to glorify you. Thank you, and we're grateful. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you all. Have a good night. Thank you for your